I'm Krunal Nayak from My Australian Journey, and I welcome Luz Restrepo from Migrant Women in Business. Hello, Luz. How are you today?
Hi, Krunal. Fine, fine. Very well. Thank you for having me here.
No, it's my pleasure. So, we have approached you from your LinkedIn profile, and it looks like the work you're doing pretty much with migrant women in business is pretty great. And a lot of migrant women in Australia that wants to, want some help and guidance that you guys are providing. So, please let us know about the organization itself, what you do, and what is the ultimate aim of the organization.
We found, I am going to talk a little bit of data in Australia. Australia has 2.5 million businesses, and 70% of them are owned by men,
Yep,
and just 30% of the business are owned by women, but
correct.
just less than 3% of the businesses are owned by a migrant woman, by
Right.
migrant women, and migrant women in Australia were 15% of the population. The reflection was why we don't own, we don't have owner, we don't have businesses. Why? What is
Right.
happening here, and why is too big the gap? Because
Correct.
migrant women in business exist to support migrant women, doesn't matter the kind of visa, migrant women to drive and grow their businesses, and for the owners to become community leaders.
Correct.
We also need more diversity in the
Hmm.
different uh, uh, power positions in Australia, and we
Hmm.
need more migrant women in power positions.
Correct.
And best way to do it is to have your own business. When you have your own business, Krunal, like you know that we have a strong voice because
Right.
we do not have a boss who are letting us know what to do and what not to do. And our voice
Mhm.
grows on the way that we are selling our own products and services. Yes.
Right.
This is around migrant women in business. Yeah.
Right. So, how the business runs. So, let's say there is a migrant woman who just came, who just started a business or who just came in Australia. How your organization can help them?
Migrant women in business works with women who already are trading something or are
Right.
making a products and selling in online markets, retails, or women who provide services,
Right.
accounting, lawyers, marketing, hairdressers. The woman already is an entrepreneur, but
Hmm.
she is struggling to grow their commercial opportunities, or she
Hmm.
has not enough hands to develop a proper business. So she is
Right.
trapped in making and selling something,
Right.
but the business don't grow. So we are like a business association. It's a
Right.
business
So you basically.
association that provide this networking. We need other women like us. We need to see other women doing the same.
Hmm.
Entrepreneurs, we are a little bit alone, and we need other entrepreneurs helping us where to go, how to do. This business network of migrant women in business is very important.
Right.
We also have a commercial branch called Made by Many Hands, Made by Many
Hmm.
Hands.com.au, is something similar to Etsy for women, for
Right.
people who sell craft.
Hmm.
It's a multi-vendor platform where
Hmm.
the women own their own online shop. So we help them to set up their own online shop, and we sell together. We are
Right.
also starting to wholesale. I don't
Hmm.
know if you can see. Uh, Part of the idea is how to find commercial opportunities that we
Hmm.
can work together. Yeah, just made by
Right.
many hands in this commercial branch,
Hmm.
looking for commercial opportunities to sell together unique products and services. And we have a new baby called Made by Many Minds that
Mm-hmm.
is business to business marketplace. I
Right.
am I am busy doing my craft, for example, selling my jewelry. I am looking for markets. I am selling in made by many hands. I am have a couple of retail opportunities selling my products, but I do not have time to bookkeep to
Right.
organize my money, or I
Yep.
have problems with my legal structure, or I need someone who help me to take professional photos, or I don't know, I need someone who copyright my website. Just Made
Hmm.
by Many Mind is a business to business marketplace connecting business experts with migrant women in business.
Get it. Get it. Perfect. So let's say if someone wants to join your organization, how they can join you or and have these all support and assistance you're providing.
They can just go to migrantwomeninbusiness.com.au or
Mm-hmm.
mwib.com.au, and there
All
is
right.
a in the bottom there is a invitation become a member,
Mm-hmm.
and this is a way to join. Or you can
Mm-hmm.
email me. My email is luz, L-U-Z, at migrantwomeninbusiness.com.au, or luz, M for migrant, W for women, I for in, B for business.com.au.
All right. I will, guys, girls, I will put these email addresses in the description. So if you want to get in touch with Luz, you can directly contact her.
Thank you for that, Krunal.
No problem, Luz. And so let's say there are, I've seen your, visit your LinkedIn profile and you do the events. What are those events? How and what they and how they support the businesses?
One of the things that the big challenge that migrant women with businesses face is commercial opportunities, and it is to connect with Australia. I don't know
No.
it happening in if you are a migrant like myself, and
Yep.
sometimes when we migrate, we connect with our own community and
Mm-hmm.
found opportunities in our own community, and we have few Australian friends or
Right.
few Australian connections.
Yep.
The events that we develop is to connect migrant women with the wider community opportunities.
Right.
That together we lose the fear to talk with big
Other
corporations,
people.
big
Correct.
organizations that can leverage our businesses.
Business
For
and
example,
provide the growth. Yeah.
yes, this is connect with Australian opportunities, with
Correct.
meaningful Australian connect opportunities that we just move outside of our native network and
All
start to
right.
grow our network. To
So
one
anybody
example,
can. Sorry. Yeah.
yeah,
Go ahead.
to one example, the event that we're going to celebrate in the 8th of March for International Women's Day is an event that the city of Melbourne pay for it. They
Wow.
are the host.
Wow.
They are
So it's
the
sponsored by
host.
City of Melbourne.
It's sponsored by the city of Melbourne. It's going to be in
Hmm.
Melbourne Town Hall. They are
Great.
they are providing everything that, and we are going just organizing that 40 businesses owned by migrant women.
Wow.
They can
Wow.
display, showcase, sell their products and services. Yeah.
Wow.
This is,
Great.
and we are inviting people from the big corporations, National Australian Bank, Medibank,
Wow.
Australia Post, and people that they come to the event to buy and connect with the different businesses. Yeah,
Excellent. Excellent. So it's
this
just
is a
for the women's or even men's can come in.
is for business led by women, can be family
Right.
businesses, but the
Right.
woman need to be led, the one
To
who
be
led the
led by the
business.
led by the women's. Right. Great. Excellent.
Remember
Excellent.
that Another data, I quite like data. 33% of the businesses in Australia are owned by migrants,
Yes.
but the
Yes.
majority
33.
of the owners are men.
Correct. Correct. You're
Just
right.
3% of the businesses are owned by a migrant woman.
Only
Yeah,
3%.
only 3%.
Whoa.
It's like it's lack of representation. We
Hmm.
need to give.
You're right.
So it's not because we don't have the ideas. It's because probably we are busy with our families, caring for the
Taking care of
families.
kids.
As
Yes.
a moms, we always prioritize our families. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
This is why migrant women in business is for migrant women in business. Yeah.
You're right. You're right. And that's great. That gives an opportunity for those courageous women who wants to do the business and who has that spirit of entrepreneurship and they can take it to the next level. So that's definitely provides a great opportunity for those women who are yeah, interested in doing business. So please, any migrants women in business in Melbourne, join this event on 8th of March, right?
And everybody can come to buy and to meet all of us. Yeah,
Oh,
you are
great,
also
great.
welcome as a participant. It's a
Thank you so
free
much.
entrance, and there is a
Yep.
couple. It's going to be a couple of door prizes if you register yourself before
Mhm.
in the link that I'm going to provide to you, Krunal.
No worries. I will put that link in the video description so everybody can have access to the link
Muchas
as well.
gracias. Thank you.
That's great. So, okay, tell me about this. Where did you get this idea from to help start helping the women's? So, what made you to open this organization? What is the thought?
When I came to Australia 12 years ago, as
Mm-hmm.
a mom with my teenager and my
Wow.
husband, like many of the migrants in Australia, no English, no money, no connections, and the need of work. And
Yep.
you come here with no English, no connections, and you realize that there is a lack of job opportunities. The
Right.
big problem that migrants face, and I don't know if it's your own experience, Krunal, as well, is give me a job. I need a job.
Yes.
I know
I need a job.
how to
That's it.
work. I know how to work. But I don't need your charity. I need is a job. Yeah.
Job, yes. I'm happy to work. I'm happy to work
I
hard.
am happy to
And then
work.
do
I am a
whatever I
hard
can. Yes,
worker. Yeah, just give me a job. It's
that's it.
probably 12 years ago, I was in disadvantage because a smart professional woman who has a lot of skills to offer, but my English was very little. And as I didn't know anyone to get opportunities, job opportunities, and people is a little bit, Australians are a little bit reluctant to give business, to give a job to
Yes, you're
someone
right.
who doesn't speak very well
English,
and who
English,
has
good. Yeah,
no
good English. Correct.
experience. They
Right.
love local experience.
Yep.
This probably my reflection in that time was
No, no, no.
if
It's
I am
it's
not
it's
going to get
still same, still the same. Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right.
yeah. This the reflection is if they are not going to give me a job, I am going to create my own job.
Perfect.
And
Perfect.
the journey start with a group of migrant and refugee women in the same situation, long-term
Correct.
settled, long-term employee with amazing ideas. And the reflection was, why not to start together?
That's
You
great.
have little connections, you have other connections. We all
Yep.
are facing the language barrier. One of the things that we as a migrant need to understand is that we will learn the language and we will learn the culture and we will learn navigating in Australia on the way that we try to work and open opportunities outside of our native communities.
Great.
Our native communities are very good because give us emotional support,
Hmm.
but they are not good because they enclose us in a little bubble.
Right.
So we need to
They
think,
include. Yeah. Yeah.
we need to,
Exactly.
since day one, think that we are here living in Australia, open to learn from other cultures, from Australians, yes, not just in my own culture. Yeah.
That's broad mentality. Yes, that's great. That's amazing.
Uh, because we start together, I start with my English classes colleagues, and we start together developing craft and selling craft in free markets, and more women were join us, and
Mm.
Australian people join us. And my first venture is a charity
Hmm.
because 12 years ago, 10 years ago, I didn't have the money to set up a business.
Right.
So I set up my first venture as a charity,
Wow.
but always has been my business, not my charity.
Hmm.
And I am a businesswoman. I know how to grow something from a seed to a
Zero
big.
to. Yep. Yep.
And my first venture now is a large charity,
Hmm.
45 employees, $3 million, working with a large, with a worldwide organizations.
Wow.
But in my learning process in the COVID is that probably I lost my vision, too busy try to grow an organization. I start
Right.
working with entrepreneurs,
Hmm.
and the entrepreneurs were not receiving the support that I was dreaming to do because I was busy asking for money to pay the bills. And
Yeah.
I also realized that we as a migrants sometimes we how I say this, we as migrants sometimes uh, poor, our narrative is around give me, I am a poor woman here, I need help, and we are
We
not being able
underestimate ourselves, right? We underestimate
to
ourselves
estimate
with having
ourselves.
not enough resources, right? Yeah.
Yes, we are, and sometimes I was underestimate the women that was working with, yes, to
Mm.
receive a grant from a charity. My
Right.
own pitch was give me the money because vulnerable migrant women needs my help. And
Mm.
we are
Right.
not vulnerable people. We are resilient, smart, resourceful. We just need to learn how to navigate in Australia. So
Right.
in that
They
moment, I
just need
understood
an opportunity. You're right. You're right.
we just need an opportunity. So I
Perfect.
understood that probably I was in the wrong place because it's not around charity money. We need is investment. And this
Correct.
is why 3 years ago we start Migrant Women in Business as a business. Because if the women do well, migrant women in business do well. It's
Correct.
time for migrant women in business as a business association to support, to drive and grow other businesses, and and we are just a mentors who help that this happen. Yeah.
Great. Great.
Uh,
Amazing.
in my first venture, we start 25 women,
25
and
women. Wow.
currently 25. Currently, my charity has supported around 2,000 women.
Wow. Wow.
Now, Migrant Women in Business is working with 120 migrant refugee women who are business owners. Yeah.
Hmm. Great.
The,
Great.
the way that we mentor each other
Hmm.
as a business owner. Krunal, you have a knowledge, I
Hmm.
have also a knowledge, and the thing that we do is exchange information and collaborate in developing new businesses. This is
Right.
how currently work.
Mm.
Cheers.
Great, great.
supporting each other's journey.
That's it. So let's say from the journey, just wanted to start. So when your Australian journey started, may I ask what country you're from and how you came to Australia?
I am originally from Colombia, Latin
Colombia.
America. I am a proud Latina.
Wow, great.
I I came as a seeking political asylum. I used
Hmm.
to work in a political party in my country and come here just because the life of our family were not safe there
Right, right.
in that moment.
So what year you came in
Uh,
Australia?
Sorry?
What year you came in Australia?
2010.
2010. And yes,
2010.
next question is right. You picked it up correctly. Why Australia? Why not any other country? Why you choose
Ah,
Australia?
why Australia? Because was the first country who gave us visa.
All right, great. So you came here as a family. So how was the settlement part? So let's say if you came to Australia, was the settlement easy or you struggled a lot? You explained that finding a job was a problem. Finding an accommodation was the same problem, or you got it easily?
No, finding accommodation was not easy. I said all the time, Krunal, that when you don't have money and you are in a new place, the first thing that you need to do is looking for friends. Your
Right,
friends become your first network and is your who give us the opportunity and who teach you how to navigate. Our
right.
first friend were an Australian family who give us uh, the possibility to accommodation in their own house, and
Wow.
in this in these first 2 weeks we learn how to find a place near to them,
Hmm.
and from there we start. How is
Right.
the beginning? The beginning is tough for women
What was
because
your
we are
first
the
job?
my first job. I did my first job. My first job is the two benches that I have created. I
Oh,
decided I
wow.
am not going to work for someone else different to
So you
myself.
didn't work for anyone. You just started, like you didn't get a job and you just started to do a venture. So you pretty
No,
much didn't work for anyone.
entrepreneurs, we are not good having bosses. We want to be our own boss in our own terms,
I love it.
in
I love
our
it.
own time. Yeah,
Great.
in our own
Great.
time. And we need more entrepreneurs. So we need people who
Hmm.
take the risk and put the seed for
Yep.
a business.
Correct.
I was so lucky because probably my husband was the guy who was working while I was driving the business.
Very beautiful.
Sometimes
Beautiful.
you you need to find useful ways, resourceful ways that you can put as a business owner. The best investment that you can do in a business is put your time. It's your time.
Great.
The
Yep.
business is
Time is
needed.
money.
Yes,
Time is everything.
it's no money. It's time. Yeah,
Yep.
my
Yep.
time, my passion in the business is the things that are going to make this happen. Yeah.
Correct. So on that note, I just got another question that let's say if someone is coming to Australia from Colombia, from anywhere in the world, what piece of advice you give it to them who's newly coming in 2023, if they're coming into Australia? What could be your advice to the newcomers, like as a migrant, as an asylum seeker, or a student, or anything, whoever's entering to Australia? What's your piece of advice to them?
My piece of advice is that it's no easy journey. Yeah.
Yep.
Please don't put yourself in a comfort zone.
Yep.
The comfort zone is you are going to find here a community, your community who speak your language, who cook your food, who has your culture. Please don't put yourself in a bubble in this comfort zone. Yeah.
Right. Yep.
You
Perfect.
need, if you are
Perfect.
coming to this country, if you are coming to this country, live in this country. If you are coming to this country, please disconnect yourself from your country. Fine to call the mom and say hello, but you live in the present, not in the past. Live
Correct.
the
Correct.
present, live in Australia. Yeah?
Yep.
Live in Australia, try to know as much as possible. There is a lot of things to learn, and we never going to stop to learn things. You
Perfect.
don't know anything. You
You're
need
right.
to start have the
You need to know the
humble
country.
to open your mind and learn from the diversity that this amazing country give us. Yeah?
Perfect. Excellent.
This was my big advice. And you need to
Perfect.
learn English. You need to write and read in English. You need to think in English. Yeah,
Yeah.
and you need
Think
to
in
learn
English.
the yeah.
Guys,
Think in
this
English.
is great thing. This is great thing. Sorry, I just stop you here, Liz, to tell my viewers that this is the key to learn English. So everybody who is struggling to learn English, yes, this is the best piece of advice I would say from this podcast is start thinking in English. If you think in English, if you think in your own language, stop doing it. Start thinking in English. That's the key. Thank you for that tip, Liz.
I said at the beginning when I start to meet people from my community, I said, sorry, I can't be your friend for a while because I need to speak in English first.
There you
Now I
go.
have a huge community of Latin American people around myself because to speak in Spanish or to speak in English does, doesn't matter in this point of time. But 12 years ago, if I
It
didn't have the
matters.
language, if I didn't know how to access to the proper resources in this country, I needed to swim in the Australia culture, not in
Yeah.
my Latino culture. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Uh, uh, yeah, this will be the advice.
Yep, perfect, perfect. So let's talk about the growth. So if someone is in Australia and if they're trying to set their business here, how to get started? What are the startup strategies and what could they do to get started?
Okay, I have started two businesses, also one charity, one business with no
Yep.
money,
Mm,
with no resources. Yeah, don't think that start a business is you need a money. To start a
yep.
business, you need to have clarity what you want to achieve. What do you
Excellent.
want? What is your talent? What do you have to offer? And what do
Yep.
you want to achieve with your talent? This is the first thing. The
Correct.
second thing is you need, I said all the time, when you do not have money, you need to learn how to make friends.
Right.
Friends, connections, mentors, people around yourself who help you. You need to start to pitch your business idea as many people as possible, and you are going to start to find people who said, I know someone, I have this, you need to connect with that, and these people are going to help you to develop your idea.
Great.
The other thing that
Great.
you need to know is you need to think in income. You need to, if you are a little bit scared about math, numbers, money, I'm very good doing this, but I don't know about money. You need to lose the fear and you need to take control of your own money. Yeah.
Correct.
Know
Correct.
how much money you want to spend is where you are going to get it. Thinking
Correct.
income. What are the options? Where I can get, where I can sell. Thinking sale. Don't think in grants. No grant. Thinking income possibilities. Don't spend a lot of money now. If you do not have money, don't spend paying photographers
True.
or
True.
website or business card. Don't spend the money. Step
Yeah.
by step. Yeah.
Right.
The best person to sell is yourself. And there are
Yeah.
many free resources that you can use, plus your growing network.
Perfect. Perfect. Great piece of advice. Great piece of advice. This is, I'm pretty sure that will be helpful not just for the women's, but for everybody who is starting up. This is a great piece of advice from Luz. Thank you, Luz, for that. Before I let you
Krunal,
go,
yeah,
I've got a last.
the last thing
Good.
we come here with nothing. Yes,
Yes,
we have developing from nothing our life here. We can develop business from nothing. So
correct.
we already have
Yeah,
experience. Migrating give us experience
it does.
in your house. Yeah.
Yep, you're right. Absolutely right. Before, just because of the time limitation, I need to let you go. But before I let you go, I've got a last question for you, Luz, and that I ask to all of my guests. So let's say if you have a power, if you have some sort of authority, or if you have the power to advise to the Australian Immigration Department. So, in by living that many years in Australia, what is the one thing that you want to change into the Australian immigration policy? That what's your suggestion on that, and what's your say on that?
I immigration and Australia government and need to understand that migrants, independent of the kind of visa, are
Hmm.
an investment. We
Correct.
are hard workers. We are here to give back. Yes, they need to see ourselves as an investment, independent the kind of visa.
Correct. Yes. Not as a liability, but as an investment, right?
We are an investment. Just that we just need is to learn how to navigate in this country. That's all.
Did you get enough support from the Australian government, or maybe any Australian organization? Like, let's say your event is getting supported by Melbourne City Council. So, as a migrant, when you got in here, have you got any support from the government so far?
Obviously, that we get the support, but we need to learn how where to knock the door. Yeah, and
Yes.
how to stop people seeing us as a token, as a
Mm-hmm.
charity recipient, yes, as a
Yes.
poor little things that doesn't know anything, yeah,
Correct.
and
Correct.
and and and, and probably in the beginning when we struggle to communicate, people start to see us as a little things, and it's a challenge with our own self-esteem. And probably another piece of advice is it's going to be tough, but you never need to allow other people to take your self-esteem.
Good.
Believe in yourself.
Strong.
Yeah.
Strong. That's it. You're right. Absolutely right. You have to be strong. You have to be, diligent doing the work you're doing as a migrant. And yes, fabulous organization, Migrant Women in Business, that can help all the women entrepreneurs in going into this phase of, doing business in Australia. So thank you, Luz. Thank you so much for your precious time. And we know you're busy. We will let you go today. But yes, please join us next time, and please let all your friends and family, whoever, all the migrant professional women who are capable of, changing this Australian society, and who's doing successful businesses. I'm happy to welcome them on my podcast. So please stay connected with us, and I will welcome to have another session with me, which could be, because because of time limitation, we can't do it great longer time. But usually, I would love to chat with you.
Thank you,
And I
Kunal, for
think
the
I think
opportunity.
my viewers get more value out of your words, because they're precious words. I would say that they're precious words that it's really hard to find in the market. It's so motivating. So please, this is my invitation to you for the next time. Whenever you have a chance, please join us.
Th- I will. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. There was Luz Restrepo from Migrant Women in Business, and she will be, busy today, and so that's why, just because of the time limitation, we have to let her go. Thank you very much, Luz, for joining us, and we wish you the best of luck for your next event on 8th of March. So please, if you're in Melbourne, don't forget to go to the event. That will be fruitful for all the women entrepreneurs.